What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And I don't know if you can see that, but it says became law. What does that mean? Some of these CRAs, these Congressional Review Acts that we need to absolutely pass and be done are happening. Two just became law. And I'm going to go through the entire tracker and how you can track it yourself. We are waiting on one that's in the chamber that's already passed one chamber, and we're waiting on one to be voted on either in one chamber or the other. We are so close to this rule being car emissions to being gone. Bye-bye. And yeah. And we got to talk about some other stuff too. So roll that intro. So, sorry, I had to use the phone when I did this intro before I could get my camera set up. Welcome on back to TK's Garage. If you haven't seen yet, tk'sgarage.com is now up. Definitely go check it out. We got all of our merch and wonderful stuff over there. Hats, shirts, hoodies, bags. Stuff's getting added on a regular basis. And I appreciate the people for getting it set up for me. A lot of you guys have said, yeah, I post sometimes 3, sometimes 5 videos a day. And what could I do to, make it easier on people to be able to keep up with all the news? Well, I'm still going to post my regular videos like I do throughout the day. Morning, like morning edition, lunch edition, early afternoon, and evening edition at least, right? If there's enough content or enough news or stuff going on for 4 videos, I'm going to drop those every single day. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do what they call a late edition. And that's going to happen around between 9:30 to 10 p.m. Pacific time every evening. It'll be a premiere. And what we'll do is we'll put all the news together into one video. So those people that are like, I want to catch up on what TK is doing, you'll be able to do that where it's all in one long ass video, basically. But we're going to try it. We'll see how it works. And we'll go from there. But I have news for you, and I have another update video coming for you guys later on the Diesel Emissions Reform Act and the people and the dumbasses that are sponsoring this bill, so you can blow their phones up and have them back off of this bill. But we're almost to the finish line here, guys. I'm going to put this up for you guys. I'll screen grab this and put it up for you, I'm sure. Right here. So I'll put the image up on the screen, but it's HJRES 35 resolution. And it is for the Environmental Protection Agency, providing for congressional disapproval under Chapter 8 of Title 5 United States Code of the rules submitted by the EPA relating to waste emissions charge for petroleum and natural gas systems, petroleum, including diesel, procedures for facilitating compliance, including netting and exemptions, was put together by Representative Pfluger from Texas, obviously, was introduced February 4th out of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, was signed into law. What does that mean? It means that rule can never come back to the EPA. The government can never propose it again. This is why these are so important. Signed into law March 15th, 2025, of a House vote of 220 to 206, and it voted in the Senate 52 to 47. I'm going to go to the resolutions link here, and you can see it right here. If you guys want to check it out, what I'll do is I'll drop a link in the description, which talks about it. I'll drop a link in the description down below if you just want to click it and read it. But I also will throw those images up here. But this is one of those. And another one that is extremely important, which is another EPA CRA, which is a House Bill Resolution 61. I've talked about this before, providing for congressional disapproval under Chapter 8 of Title 5 United States Code, the rules submitted by the EPA relating to national emission standards for hazardous air pollutants. EPA, submitted by Griffith H. Morgan, Republican representative out of the 9th District in Virginia. Date was introduced February 25th, 2025 out of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. It has been received in the Senate as of March 6, 2025, and it did pass the House 216 to 202. Now, those two bills are extremely important because once it passes the Senate, the president signs it, it becomes law, and then we come down to one last bill, and it will specifically target EV mandates and tailpipe emissions. Those three together will systematically, by themselves, roll back emission standards to 1970. Meaning, none of this DEF crap. And look, I've already seen it. You guys have been sending me like clips from other people's YouTube channels and links. I don't care what a lot of these other people are saying on YouTube. They're obviously not informed or researching and reading the bill. Like, I understand that people get a little like put off about reading congressional bills or whatever, but it is in plain English. And if you're really just stupid, you could copy paste it, throw it into your favorite AI and ask them to translate it for you in dumb terms. Basically what it means is emission standards as you know it today in trucks, cars, I don't care what it is, diesel semi trucks would get rolled back to 1970, which I think we need to supercharge the economy. It would also mean, if we get rolled back to 1970, that all of this oppressive crap that is being put on diesel trucks would no longer need or be required. And I already know they're already coming out with standards for 2027, TK. They're going to put these on trucks. I bet they are. If they want to go bankrupt. The manufacturer that takes advantage of dropping a diesel pickup truck that doesn't have an EGR valve and doesn't have DEF or a diesel particulate filter, sold. They're going to sell out. They're going to sell for the biggest prices we've seen in the truck industry for pickups in a long time. You could bet money on it. Bet money on it. And that's why I'm going to get into this diesel emissions Reduction Act or whatever in another video here later today. I'm going to talk about the reps that are doing it, where it's at right now, because some of you guys have already made a difference. I tell you guys this all the time. A lot of you guys think that, oh, I'm just one person. It's not going to make a difference if I make a phone call to my congressman. You will be surprised, because it doesn't take 500 people to call their congressman to be like, you better not support this shit, right? It literally takes 10, 5. And a congressman and or a senator will go, whoa, I got how many people called today about that? Some people are like, well, I like to send emails. You can send an email to your congressman and senator and tell them the same thing. To support these Congressional Review Acts, getting rid of emissions, and to not support the Diesel Emissions Reduction Act. It's not hard. You do those two things, we're looking at a much brighter future in terms of freedom of us as consumers from being able to pick whatever the hell we want to drive with whatever kind of fuel to power it that we want. And that is the key. Anyways, I wanted to bring this, guys, to you. I don't know why this camera's doing this shit again. It's going to drive me nuts, man. I wanted to bring this to you because I thought it was important. I told you as these CRAs were going to become law that I would update you on them. And 2 of these are important. Now, they also are used for other things. Obviously, the CRA from Pfluger in Texas is going to deal with natural gas and they'll be able to use it for other things as in terms of emissions, and that could be for plants and other things, as well as vehicles. Okay, as well as this other one, HJ Resolution 61, which deals with national emission standards and hazardous air standards or whatever, which will deal with rubber tire manufacturing, but also can be applied towards these two rules. That's why that third CRA is so important. Tailpipe emissions and EV mandates. Those three combined together make it virtually impossible for the EPA to ever backtrack change or the government to do anything. In order for the government to bring this stuff back, they'd have to have a supermajority in the House. They'd have to have a majority in the House, a supermajority in the Senate, and the White House. Not going to happen. Sorry. I don't know if you've seen the party on the other side recently, but it ain't looking too good for them. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Look, I understand it's crazy. There's lots of news, and some people are like, "Oh, it's confusing." Some of these other pickup truck feeds, and I've seen people on Facebook, and they're like, "This, I don't understand it." Two are passed. One is completely signed into law. One is already passed the House. It's now at the Senate. We're waiting on the third. We get that third one with the tailpipe emissions. Now, here's the thing. Transportation Freedom Act could go through and kill all that anyway. Could. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm going to smash this camera, I swear to God. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go check out tksgarage.com if you want to check out anything on our site. And until next time, stay petty, my friends.